asked because I wanted to have proof that you a fake bitch. So when you talk about me like you talk about your closest friend, show all of this.
The tea is exceptionally good today.
What's up, YouTube? What's up, Rich Babes? It's your girl Bree, aka Rapper Amé're, and I am back with another fucking story time.
What's up, YouTube? What's up, Bricky Babes? It's your girl Bree, aka Robert Amé're, and I am back with another freaking
One in the mix, and I say Robbery Amé're, Robbery Amé're, Robbery Amé're, Robbery Amé're.
Don't know who I am. Hi, I am Robert Amé're. If you do nothing, welcome back.
So I haven't done story times in a long time, or whatever, but I have another story time. I have a few story times. I've been had lined these up since like January or February. I was supposed to do these videos and get them out for y'all. But like I said, life been crazy and life been life and life been whooping my ass. Y'all are probably so confused as to the title, because it's like it's a little bit confusing. What I mean by my scariest friendship, not that she's scary. Like I say in all of my story times, it ain't no bad blood with nobody. I'm just speaking on my experiences, because if I go through something, I'm gonna get paid from it. So I'm just speaking on my experiences. But when I say my scariest friendship, I mean as in like the way people play it and the way people mask themselves or act like they really care for you or fuck with you is scary. I think it started back around the time if y'all don't know me and my boyfriend, if y'all don't go watch my other story times, then y'all should go watch them, because y'all would have a lot more insight about a lot of shit. But me and my boyfriend, we got together when we was 15 and 16. I was 15, he was 16. And then after like a year and a half, we broke up for some time and we was just friends. This period, this specific friend that I'm talking about, we gonna call her Heart. We just gonna call her Heart. Me and Heart was friends before when I was in, I think I was in 6th grade. I was in 7th grade and she was in 6th grade. We went to the same school. It was cool. We ended up falling out and getting into a fight or whatever. I can't remember what we started to argue about, but we was arguing about something. And she started calling me the B word. I do remember that vividly. She started calling me the B word, which I do not play about that. I don't play about nobody calling me my name, for real. Because you call me my name, now we beefing. So that's where the fight stemmed from, her calling me my name over nothing. I can't remember what we was even arguing about. It was so long ago. We was young. So yeah, that happened. But we stopped talking 6th or 7th grade. Mind y'all, this past year, she was in 12th grade and I was graduating when all of this stuff was going on. So basically, I gave y'all that background information just so that the story can make a little bit more sense. Me and her hadn't been friends since 6th or 7th grade. I wouldn't really consider her like, oh, a lifelong friend or something, but we was super close. Like when we was friends, we were close, like both times when we was younger and when we was older. Alright, y'all, so this is editing me here. And I had forgot to mention that when me and my boyfriend had got back together, he told me that in the time that we wasn't talking, that they was texting, but she had never said nothing to me about it ever. Still to this day, she never even mentioned it. But once he found out that we was super close, he felt the need to tell me. Last year, which was 2022, March, me and my boyfriend, we started being friends again, because we had really stopped being friends for like 2 or 3 months prior. So like January, February, we wasn't really talking or nothing. But March, we started being back friends or whatever. April, we ended up getting back together. So April, we ended up getting back together. And it was some little car wash that she was hosting with some other girls. And she was on a flyer. And then my little sister also was on a flyer. And she had sent it to me. And she asked me, did I want to do it or did I want to come or something like that. And I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to state my opinion to her as to why I didn't want to do it, because that's just how I feel about it. Like, you know, I'm not here to downgrade nobody or be negative about what somebody want to do or change nobody's perspective, nothing. I just personally didn't want to do it. So I just didn't respond. But mind you, after that, we were still texting, we were still around each other. I was still seeing her. We would still do shit. Like, so I'm not thinking nothing of it. Okay, so come April, end of April, like April, the last day of April, she had prom or whatever. I went to her prom walkthrough and I dropped her off at prom, and then what else? We went to the flower garden and stuff like that. And then we went to, I dropped her off and I went home and started to get ready myself. But mind y'all, at the end of the day, I have a job, right? This is my job. This is what I get paid from. Especially around that time, I was heavy on like working. Like before I recently got sick, I was able to work a lot. Like I was always posting content. Even when I was sad, when I was crying, I never stopped posting content. So I was always posting or whatever. And basically when by the time she was ready to get picked up from prom, she texted me like, "Can you come pick me up?" So I went to go pick her up, but I wasn't done. I was in the process. I was in the middle of filming a video, and I still had to get ready. So by the time we got ready, I guess the one girl, which was her friend that we went out with, she was also with another one of their friends, and it was a whole mixed up because Hart wanted all of us to spend the night together and just all this other stuff, and it just couldn't happen like that because at the end of the day, none of us have our own home for us to be inviting people into, so it just wasn't gonna happen like that. So she was kind of upset about that. I could tell she was kind of upset, like low-key, like upset the whole night. The next day, I think she called somebody to come get her, and I did her hair. I also did her hair in like, this was April, probably like the beginning of April. Okay, so I'm becoming in and out a lot because, not that I left a lot of details out, but the story is pretty confusing because it's all over the place and so many different people involved, and I try to leave people's names out of it. So, I say all this to say that me and her basically was still around each other all this whole time, while she was still talking about me. Like, we was around each other, still doing stuff, still trying to make sure she had good days, like proms, graduation party, all of that stuff. The end of May, I did her hair. The end of March, I did her hair for her prom or her graduation pictures or whatever. So this was after all of this other stuff. So let me go find these messages because I want to read them word for word. So boom, y'all know I was working out a lot and stuff or whatever. I was working out a lot, and I would be going to the gym every morning. So I remember it was like a Tuesday morning, if I'm not mistaken. So let me find these messages before I tell y'all something wrong. Okay, so I found them or whatever. So in August, I was up. I remember it was the ass crack of dawn because I kept saying it. So she, like I said, she had another friend that she wanted to do stuff with, but before me and her became best friends, this was her best friend. Like, we all used to be around each other a lot or whatever. Not 2022, but 2021, and it's like November, December 2021, we was all around each other a lot. So basically she sent me some messages of her and her friend going back and forth, and the friend wanted to know why she was being weird and why she unfollowed her and stuff. She told her why. Basically, they had got into it about a whole nother situation, which I'm not even going to speak about because it's not my place. I wasn't into it with the girl. It's not my business. So she sent me the messages and she said, like, I'm so confused. Is she trying to be smart and all this other stuff? Stated my half, from what I know and from what I've heard being around or whatever, stated my half on how I feel, because like I said, I'm not gonna say why they got into it, but I spoke on it. That's why I'm not saying what I said, because it's not my business. They argument, it's not my business to put on my channel, you know. So then she sends me another message after I sent her this long paragraph, and the girl says, like I said the first time, I don't care if you dislike me. I'm not being smart. You just defensive because you know in your heart you a fake bitch. I asked because I wanted to have proof that you a fake bitch. So when you talk about me like you talk about your closest friend, show all of this. So me, I'm not thinking nothing of it because me and her is still close. Like, we still talk. We still be around each other, all that stuff. But I'm working a lot more than I was, for one. And for two, I'm with my boyfriend a lot more. And I'm not saying I neglect my friendship because I was in a relationship, because half the time when I was with my boyfriend was not really with me. I was working, and then I would go with him afterwards, or I was with him before I started filming content or stuff like that, or like he'd sit in my room while I film content, like, you know. So I'm not thinking nothing of it. So I'm thinking she's talking about another friend that I know that Hart was close with, like, because Hart was my best friend, so I knew who her friends were. I'm thinking that she's talking about a whole completely different friend. And I was confused as to why the girl was mad, and she was confused. Well, she said she was confused as to why the girl was mad, and da 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 da. So then the girl blocked her or whatever, and then me and her still texting, and then she texts me, and she said, anyways, I love you, I can't tell you enough. So before I respond to that message, I get a message from the girl on Instagram. Now at this point, I'm walking out of the gym. I was texting and all of this shit while I was in the gym. At this point, I'm walking out of the gym. She texts me at 1:59. I went to the gym. I probably was there for like 3 hours. So it's probably like super early in the morning. I could tell y'all the exact time it was when all of this started. It was Tuesday, August 9th, 11:54 a.m. is when she sent me the messages. But when they started talking, I think it was like 8 something. She said, what's your number? I have to show you something. And I told her I'm in the middle of getting my number switched right now, so it's off. Send it to me on here, which is Instagram. And she said, okay, it's going to be a couple of screenshots. Just read them. So she's sending me the screenshots, y'all. She starts sending me all of these screenshots of Hart talking so much shit about me. Like, talking so much shit about me. And it's crazy because me and her were super, super close. We were super, super, super close. Like, if you know, you know. But we was really, really close. Like, it was nothing I wouldn't do for her. Like, when I bought myself designer perfume and shit, like, I would go do it for her. And I'm not saying that to say, like, oh, I did this or I did that. I'm just saying, like, I treated her how I would treat myself. Like, I did shit for her that I would do for myself. And I don't do shit like that for everybody because everybody don't deserve it. So, she sent me the screenshots, whatever. She said it's going to be a couple of them. Just read them. She sent 4 pictures, which I have them in my phone because I took pictures of them off my boyfriend's phone. So when should I screenshot it? But at the end of the day, I need my motherfucking proof too. And I said laughing my ass off with a crying emoji because I'm not going to sit up here. I'm not going to sit up here and talk about you with this girl. Like I said, I was around both of them at a point in time. But this girl, specifically, me and her never had a relationship outside of Hart. Like, you know. So I wasn't about to sit up here and talk about this girl with you. All I know is just the shit in general was just not it. So she said, I told her she be talking about her close friends. She said she don't, like, am I tripping or, and I wanted you to call me because there's so much other shit. Mind you, I could have just called her or whatever, but I didn't feel the need to because, one, I got, like, you know, not saying I got what I need, but, like, what you just showed me, that's enough for me to leave the situation where it is. I don't need to know everything. Everything wasn't meant for my eyes. Everything wasn't meant for my ears. So, you know, I'm going to take what the fuck I got and move the fuck on. Like, that's closure enough. I said, okay, but what did you say? Because that's just me being me, because I'm not going to just put it on one person. It takes 2 people to have a conversation. And I'm going to go in and read these screenshots to y'all too. I'm not going to leave y'all hanging. Don't think I am. Y'all know I always include receipts. She said, I never really said anything. I told her to call me and explain that situation with that girl because I was confused. If y'all confused when I say this, that's because I got into an argument with another one of my old friends. And I was sending the messages to Hart, which was my best friend. And she was sending the messages to this girl talking about, but she wasn't sending the messages of what I was saying back. She was only sending what the girl was saying about me around, trying to make it, like, just talking about me, basically. For no reason. Unprovoked. Completely unprovoked. And she said, and there's some screenshots, I ain't even say nothing. I said, I started defending myself. I'm like, yeah, I never said this. I don't know why she believed that to begin with. She said, but I had to tell her about herself today. And since she said she wasn't fake, I had to see if I was tripping. And not only the message, but she literally have called me multiple times saying something about you. Which is believable because she was with this girl and was talking about her. She was been she didn't talk about all her friends to me, but I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm not thinking nothing of it because at the end of the day, That's the type of shit best friends do. Like, not saying you talk about your friends, but like when people piss you off, y'all talk about everything together. Like, not saying you go around talk about them, but y'all vent to each other. But for you to go be, you not even venting. When I'm telling you something that I'm arguing with somebody else, that's not venting. Why is you sending that to somebody else to, I don't know, to get a fucking reaction, to have something to talk about? I'm so tired of people using me as a topic of discussion. Stop fucking speaking on me. That message is proving everything that she said was fucking lies and all of this other shit. She said, I know, but what I'm saying is what's said to me, you see it. So now we is finna go back to these messages. The girl definitely had me fucked up, sitting up here lying. And I'm not gonna lie, in the midst, I'm in my head like, yeah, I'm ready to run clean in her mouth because, yeah, but I'm just like, I'm a bigger person. She texted the girl and she said, so what's happening with you and such, which was the girl's boyfriend name. But I don't think they together no more. That's not my business anyway. And the girl said he over here right now. But then she texted her again and said, I don't know if it's just me, but Bree being weird. And then the girl said, how come? She said, I'll tell you after I leave my hair appointment later. This was January 18th at 4:44 p.m. She claimed she said this because I didn't respond back about the little car wash situation. Which was a complete fucking lie. That was a complete fucking lie. That car wash shit happened in April. This was January 18th. She was really saying I was being weird. And I remember this is January 18th. I had 2 other friends at the time that I was doing stuff with because it was one of their birthdays. I only had been with them from the night of the 17th to the morning of the 18th. At this point of her saying this, I was with them. Only had been with them for not even 24 whole hours. And she texted other people saying I'm being weird. For no reason. Completely unprovoked. For nothing. Nothing at all. So when I sent her that, she claimed like, oh no, I said that because, she said, oh no, I said that because you didn't text me back about the car wash thing. No, you didn't say that because that car wash didn't happen until April. And I said that to her too. She sent another message saying I'm lying about stuff. Personal business stuff, talking about I'm lying about this and that, which I don't know why she sent that to anybody else in the fucking first place, because it wasn't her business. And second of all, what she's saying I said, I never said. So that's that. I sent her all of the screenshots. She said she wanted us to fall out so bad. I swear to God, when I said you was being weird, that's when I asked you, did you want to do the car wash, and you didn't text me back, and we wasn't talking for like days. For one, like I said, like I told her too, like I wasn't about to discourage nobody, and it wasn't no way I could say it to where it would seem like I was just stating my opinion instead of me being negative or trying to down somebody or anything like that. I just personally didn't want to be out there half naked washing cars, because if people genuinely want their car washed, they go to the car wash. If people want to come look at girls that's half naked, they're gonna go to that. Like, that's why I didn't want to go. So she's saying we wasn't talking for like days, and then on top of that, we grown. We don't have to talk every day for us to be cool. But you going around talking about I'm weird because we didn't talk for a day or two. And then she said, and the screenshots of you and such arguing, I really thought you was playing about that situation. And was like, I hope she not lying. She didn't even send you the rest of the messages, trying to make it seem like I was talking about you. And oh, when we all used to be at, she said her brother name, when we used to be at his house, because her brother was in jail, so we was just staying at his house. Like I said, November, December, that's when we was all close. We was just staying at his house because it was just unoccupied. She kept saying that she said, basically try to flip it on the girl. She said, oh, and when we used to be staying at my brother's house, she kept saying her boyfriend didn't like you because you was a hoe, and etc., etc. That's a whole nother situation. The girl not my friend. I don't care what her boyfriend like. I don't care what the girl like. At the end of the day, you my friend. You never told me this, and you just now telling me this. And she said, and now she's trying to make it seem like I was talking about you, so we don't be friends no more. And then she sent me paragraphs, and she said, she's making it seem as if I was talking bad about you One, like I told her, I was telling her things that I may have not liked that you said or did. That's why I didn't come to you about them. It don't matter what you like or don't like. That ain't nobody else's business, first off. Then she said, but now I will, because people like to flip things around. I should have came to you about it anyways. Too, I understand if you don't want to be friends anymore, but that's literally what she wants. And I tell you 24/7 how you are the most genuine person out of all the friendships I've had. So why would I talk bad about you? But you were talking bad about me. I seen the messages for myself. Like, it's not photoshopped. It's nothing. I seen them myself. I really thought when I told her you was being weird was when the car wash passed. I don't remember even saying that, because it was probably because you was always with them two girls. It has to be, because I don't even remember saying that. But why would you feel like I'm being weird because I have other friends? I feel like nowadays we too old for that. Like, at the end of the day, I'm grown. I do everything for myself. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what I can and can't do and who I can and can't hang with. And it's not like, these not girls she had beef with. She was going to school and everybody else was online, so we was able to be around each other more. But she had in-person school. Like, it wasn't like we was leaving her out or nothing. Like, she was just in school and we was around each other during the week. It wasn't meant for you to take it as I was telling your personal business. I was seriously concerned, but I 100% understand where you're coming from. And I would argue my case, but then it'll make it seem like I'm lying. I always tell you everything genuine on my end. I promise anything I say wasn't meant to be taken the wrong way. It's taken the wrong way once you screenshotted something from me and your conversation and sent it to somebody who's not my friend. And then I told her, even when I was hanging with them two girls, it should have never been Bree being weird, because you done been around I said 3 other girls' names. And you done been doing stuff with all types of other girls, and I never felt like you was being weird for it. Because, yeah, at the end of the day, we're best friends, but at the end of the day, we're grown, so you can have... At the end of the day, we're grown, so you can have other friends and be around other people as much as possible. But I'll never hound you for it or go behind your back and say that I feel like you were weird. That's wrong on so many levels. And then being that you said it was around the time of the car wash, you must have said I was weird more than once. And I told you the only reason I didn't respond to you is because I didn't want you to feel like I was discouraging you to do it, or feel like I was down talking. I just personally didn't feel comfortable doing it. Even when you was going on all them trips with my little sister, I never felt no type of way about it. I never down talked you to anybody, not even my boyfriend or my mom, and I be with them every day. Never ever. I just always expected it to be vice versa. Yeah, and then she starts sending me paragraphs, and she's sorry, and she feel like the worst friend ever, and she feel like she just ruined a great friendship and all this other stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much the scariest. Like, if you know, then you know, but she'll know, like, dang, that's crazy. Like, people will never know I fall out with people until I come on here and do story time, because best believe I'm gonna get my money's worth if you piss me off. But yeah, so that, and she was saying how she feel like the worst friend ever, and if I don't want to be friends again, she understand, but if I do, then she'll never do that again, and all this other stuff, which I don't believe one bit, because like I said, it was 2 other girls I was friends with prior that she was mad about me hanging out with. I would never go back and be friends with this girl, because she was talking back so bad about them, like talking about how she wish she would do to them and all type of stuff, and she just all type of shit, because one girl disrespected her mom and she was saying what she would do and all type of shit. But now when I scroll down TikTok and it'd be like, people you may know, yeah, I come across their TikToks, and then she be reposting their TikToks, commenting heart eyes and everything. Like, I'd be like, wasn't you just talking about them? Like, so I ain't gonna lie, when I see that shit, I'd be like, she proved every point that her other friend, like, yeah, she was a great friend to that girl, but the other friend, she proved every point as to why people think she fake, because you're fake, like, you do fake stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this story time. I don't really got nothing else to say too much. If you guys like this video, then like this video, comment down below if you guys want to next, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get notified when I post, share my videos, tell a friend, I'm see you guys in the next video. Bye, Reese babes.